Find out how the Wilson High School crew team is getting district teens out on the water.
And the city celebrates a new mural at Ben's Chili Bowl, and the stars come out to see it.
Yes, they did. All of that, plus your top stories from the news rundown, is straight ahead on We Are Washington.
Welcome to We Are Washington. It's a sport that traces its history to ancient Egypt and is gaining popularity among district teens. Coming up, Matt joins the Wilson High School novice crew team for a day on the Potomac, and we'll find out if he's got what it takes to be part of the only rowing program in DCPS.
That's right. And celebrities flock to DC for the big reveal of a new mural honoring African-American trailblazers at Ben's Chili Bowl. All that and much more, but first, let's get to the news rundown. Washington said goodbye to former council member Jim Graham at a City Hall memorial. Graham represented Ward 1 on the council from 1999 to 2015. Prior to that, he served as the director of the Whitman Walker Gay Men's Clinic during the city's AIDS crisis. Mayor Muriel Bowser was among those who remembered Graham as being a champion for Ward 1 and a tireless advocate for LGBTQ rights.
I want to bring you the condolences of a grateful city. We knew and loved Jim Graham, and the mark he leaves on this city is an indelible one. He served the poor. He served people who had lost hope. He fought for things that, when we look back on it, don't seem that significant, but certainly are, like removing graffiti and making sure we had express bus services.
Mayor Bowser celebrated two projects expected to bring more than 100 affordable housing units to the district. In Petworth, the mayor broke ground on a 19-unit affordable housing apartment building at 4000 Kansas Avenue Northwest. Over in Ward 6, Bowser helped cut the ribbon at the renovated Phyllis Wheatley YWCA. The modernized facility has 84 affordable housing units.
Affordable housing was also the focus at the 9th annual DC Housing Expo and Home Show at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. The theme of the expo was June Housing Bloom, and there was plenty of information on all things housing, from purchasing and remodeling to financial literacy, along with lots of demonstrations on making a house feel like a home.
Really why we're here and why events like this are so special, because it's about the people. It's the actual people who inhabit the units that makes Washington, D.C. what it is. It makes them connected to their community, and most importantly, I think, it makes sure that people not only are able to come here, but are able to stay in the District of Columbia.
You maybe want to buy a house or rent a home, and here is where you can find that information is at the expo today.
It speaks a lot of value to the city about having homeowners, and I mean, whether it's a home, a condo, whatever, they really want to help you. So this has been great.
As part of an effort to expand the district's innovation economy, Mayor Bowser announced an agreement with DC-based tech company Fiscal Note. The agreement provides 100 DC residents with training and internships to learn skills needed for technology jobs. Fiscal Note will open new headquarters on Pennsylvania Avenue next year. The initiative is part of Mayor Bowser's goal of creating 5,000 new tech jobs for underrepresented workers. Mayor Bowser took her message about preventing car thefts directly to the streets.
While walking around Ward 4, the mayor and Metropolitan Police issued friendly citations to remind residents to lock vehicle doors and keep valuables out of sight.
We've learned that the most effective ways that we can avoid this type of theft is to make sure that we're locking vehicles and not leaving valuables in plain sight.
The walk is part of an effort to share tips with residents on preventing car thefts, which typically increase during the summer months.
Keeping rats on the run in the district is a goal of 3 new citywide projects. Mayor Bowser described the city's efforts to reduce the rodent population as a 21st century approach to an age-old problem. The efforts include solar trash cans, smart litter bins, and commercial waste compactors.
Runners, cyclists, and dog walkers now have a great new trail right in the heart of D.C. Mayor Bowser celebrated the opening of the new Clingy Valley Trail by leading an inaugural community walk. The trail that stretches from Woodley Park through Cleveland Park and Mount Pleasant is a result of a $6 million reconstruction project to convert the formerly washed-out Clingy Road into an eco-friendly trail for pedestrians and cyclists.
Elder justice, fall prevention, and arts and aging. Just a few of the topics presented at the mayor's 6th annual senior symposium at Ballou High School. The theme of the free event was healthy living, healthy hearts, healthy homes. The symposium featured 70 exhibitors on a range of topics to encourage seniors to live well in the district. D.C. is going for gold in its quest to host the Gay Games in 2022.
Supporters of bringing the games to the district gathered for a bid rally at the National Museum of the American Indian. Washington is one of 3 finalist cities competing to host the 11th annual Gay Games in 2022.
What we're telling everybody around the world is that D.C. is diverse, inclusive. We love sports, we love games, and we love the great fellowship that we see here. We think D.C. is the perfect place to host the games.
Washington is a welcoming community here for the LGBT community, and we have the facilities, we have the experience, we are an affordable, accessible choice. People who are going to come here are going to have a great time.
I was the only openly gay athlete on my team back in '99 and 2004, and now there's several players that are feeling comfortable enough and understand the platform to know that to bring attention to the fact that they're gay and they're soccer players, it's okay, and it's showing something to young women all over the world.
The other 2 cities competing for Gay Games 11 are Guadalajara and Hong Kong. The winner will be announced November 1st. All right, time for just a quick few items today for the news recap. First, the Gay Games bid rally. I know you went. It seemed like a very well-attended event. A lot of interest in bringing the games to D.C. in 2022.
There's a lot of enthusiasm in this city, a lot of support from Mayor Bowser because the Gay Games would bring so many spectators and so much money to the city. Also, I got a chance to meet one of my heroes. Brianna Scurry is one of the athletes who is in support of bringing the Gay Games to D.C. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you know, she helped the women's national soccer team win 2 gold medals as their goalie. So great to see someone high profile like that getting behind the district's effort to bring the Gay Games here. Absolutely. We'll be looking forward to that. November 1st, the announcement. Also wanted to talk about the car theft prevention that the mayor was part of. You know, obviously it's good to remind people to lock up their valuables, keep them out of sight. It's a good time in the summer to remind them of that, but it's also this whole program is also part of the Back to Basics DC campaign that's been going on. And, you know, this is just part of many other things. It's a good reminder that there's a lot that happens that, that keeps, a lot that goes on that keeps DC running day to day. And, you know, whether it's public safety or whether it's health or affordable housing, there's a lot to focus on. So that's just one of the many items that, that we're talking about these days. One of the things going on also that I wanted to mention, the Clingy Valley Trail. Yes. I know DDOT was very involved in getting that ready. I've been able to go on that trail a couple of times. You've seen it? I've seen it. I've walked on it. I've run on it. I've taken my dog on it. It's beautiful. They did an awesome job, and I would encourage everybody to check that out. A lot of people flocking up there already? Yes. Absolutely. Okay. Well, there's still plenty ahead on We Are Washington. I'm heading to Georgetown to learn to row with the Wilson crew team. Stay tuned and check that out. And after the break, Dave Chappelle and Dick Gregory, just 2 of the celebrities who couldn't wait to see the new mural at Ben's Chili Bowl. Welcome back to We Are Washington. We're here at the Thompson Boat Center today with the Wilson High School crew team. The first crew team established by a high school in the district and still the only remaining one today. And I'm lucky to be joined by the boys novice coach today, Will Mitchell. How you doing, sir? Good. Good to have you today. Thanks for having us out. Thank you. We're here talking to him today, and you might be wondering why I'm dressed like this and why I'm talking to the novice coach today, because he's dealing with a novice, and we're going to talk about the Wilson Crew program, and he's going to be teaching me some of the skills necessary to go out on the water. There's a varsity team at Wilson, but before they get to the varsity level, you're part of making sure that they understand the fundamentals and how to get out on the water and do the things properly they need to do to become competitors
Two of the biggest things is one, discipline. They don't have any discipline at this age. And then the other thing is just body awareness and understanding like how to use their mind to control their body in ways that they have not had to engage with up till this point in their lives.
Okay, now full disclosure, like I said at the beginning, I wasn't joking, I'm actually 100% a novice. Yeah. I've had no experience rowing on the water. Talk to me a little bit, walk me through what I'm going to be doing today and what you're going to be teaching me today.
Sure, so as with the rowers, we'll start on an erg, so it's kind of a rowing machine. It helps you get just a general sense of what the stroke is like. And then we'll use a dock box, which is just basically a boat seat out of a boat on the dock. So there's a ton of stability, and you'll be able to kind of feel what it's like to put an oar in the water without actually being in a boat. And then we'll actually get in a boat with some novice rowers who I've been working with since last fall, and go out and see what it feels like.
Well, I'm excited. I say we don't waste any more time. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm in. I'm strapped in.
Looks good. Make these tight. So I'll have you take a stroke first and just see what naturally comes to you.
Assess how I do.
And then we'll build off of that.
All right.
So here, I'll have you pause at the catch. So
okay.
Come up here, and I'm gonna hold this, and you're gonna try to pull me.
Okay.
And the big thing here is trying to, as you pull, get as much of your strength coming from your legs.
So I'm gonna pull even with you going that way.
Yep.
Okay.
So feel those legs.
Yep.
Right. So what you want is to try to sit up tall, right? Get that curve out of your lower back, upper back, and really feeling that brace coming from your legs, right? So I'll let you go now.
After a quick lesson on the proper row technique, it was time to get a little closer to the water. What we're carrying is called a dock box. It simulates the feel of rowing in the water without the consequences.
Pretty good placement there. You usually want your hands around shoulder width apart on the oar.
Okay, so like about here is good.
I would bring it a little bit closer actually.
Okay.
I like that. I like this one closer in.
Okay.
Yeah, gives you more leverage, right?
Uh-huh.
So as long as it's comfortable, and then you want your shoulders relaxed, sitting up tall, you know, chest up, chin up. That left elbow can be a little bit up so that you get a flat wrist with your left wrist. First step is you tap down, then you get your arms away.
Like this?
Yep. Okay. And then body comes over, pivoting at the hips, so not with the legs yet. So take the stroke. And then you tap the blade out, okay? This hand stays flat.
Yep.
This wrist is now bent through the recovery.
All right, I feel like I'm getting at least a hang of how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, definitely.
While working on my skills in the dock box, nearby, my new teammates are preparing to take me out on the water.
So I learned a few skills today. I got a chance to learn the fundamentals. I might be ready, so I went out, I found a team. I got a team with me here now, and they're nice enough to let me join them, even though I don't know, I might end up being the oldest. I might be the heaviest guy on the boat too, I'm not sure. Do you think I can do it?
We'll try not to flip.
We'll try not to flip?
We'll try not. Starboard push off. So we just take a couple strokes to bring it across.
You're on port side right now. If you pull up on your hands, that pushes the boat away from you and it tips you towards starboard.
Now nice and easy. Getting a little bit of power, a little bit of speed. Try and come up the slide more. So we just take a couple strokes to bring it across.
Eyes forward and try to start thinking about what that blade must be doing without looking at it.
The key to it is trying to keep your body weight straight. outside room is where you pull at the end of the stroke.
All right, so what time are we racing this weekend?
8:30 tomorrow, 8:30 a.m.
So what time should I be there?
7.
Yeah,
7.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Good job today.
The young man at the end told me, good job. And I laughed at the end because it seemed kind of funny that he would say good job because it didn't feel like I did a good job, to be honest with you.
You looked very natural.
I appreciate it. There's a lot to remember. One of the things that I was chatting with some of the teammates, my teammates about, and also the coach, was that there's like a whole glossary of terms that you need to know to do this, let alone all of the little strokes that you have to make and the movements of your arm and just the position you need to be in, and also keeping in mind the rest of your team on the boat too. So
well, I think you have a great future.
I appreciate that, and you know that's really the nice part about it is I had the crash course. I had the one afternoon of learning to do all those things. But what's nice about this program is that it is for anyone in DCPS who would like to come try their 2-week novice program. And it's very, it's one of those things that it's unique for the district, and anybody can go give it a shot if they want to try to suffer through what I did.
And truth be told, I did want to see you end up in the water. Maybe next time.
It almost happened twice, so maybe, yeah.
All right, maybe next time. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty more to come on We Are Washington. We'll bring you the big reveal of the new mural at Ben's Chili Bowl. Next year, Ben's Chili Bowl will celebrate their 60th anniversary, and just in time, the iconic U Street restaurant reveals a new mural titled The Torch. Here's a look at the mural, which features African-American trailblazers and the celebrities who couldn't wait to see it.
On any given day, Ben's Chili Bowl in DC's historic Shaw neighborhood is a big draw.
Welcome to Ben's Chili Bowl!
Today, the famed dining spot is bringing in regulars along with some very important guests for a distinct honor.
To rededicate this wall today to some people who have made our city better and the entire DMV better is my great pleasure.
The 16 luminaries selected to become part of the wall of Ben's recommissioned mural embody many of the same traits that have made it a community fixture.
A strong group of people who represent positive change in our people and for all people.
Trailblazers, newsmakers, hometown heroes. The faces of the new mural entitled The Torch were selected by more than 30,000 voters.
After 58, almost 59 years in business on the same place here on U Street, this mural is what we have to say. This mural is what you have to say because you voted it in.
We are so honored to be here. It's so special to be a part of this.
What would young Dave say to Dave today if he knew that he was going to be on the side of Ben's Chili Bowl one day in the mural?
Spend more money. I don't know what I would say. I don't know. I love this picture. Yo, this is a huge honor for me, man. I love this picture. It looks just like me. The lips are a little redder than mine because I smoke. But other than that, it's like exactly like me. I love it.
It's been my distinct honor and privilege to have been in the company of some extraordinary people. You cannot imagine my joy and my pride
from your people in the #1 city in the world.
A decade ago, Murals DC, a Department of Public Works program to curb graffiti and bring public art to communities across the district, commissioned its first piece. Today, the program has brought more than 70 murals to 44 neighborhoods. In creating The Torch, Murals DC teamed up with the original artist of Ben Ali Way, Ania Kanyadofia.
I wanted to celebrate more of like their element, them in their element. So I threw a little bit of humor in it. Donnie Simpson pulling his glasses down like, guess who's back? And Russ Parr popping out from behind him and going, yeah, I made the wall, me too. There are little things like that that are incorporated.
It's the little things that leave a lasting impression on a mural like The Torch, a piece of public art now belonging to the community it adorns.
So Ania Khan, we are very, very proud of you, and we can't wait for more people to get to see this great mural.
Thank you very much.
So Matt, you actually got to see the mural in person.
Yes, luckily before the crowds showed up, because there was a really, really big crowd there that day. Had a chance to get a sneak peek right before when the finishing touches were going on.
Oh, nice.
And one of the big takeaways that I had was that if you were going to go see this mural, if you want to see it, because I mean, it is an iconic place and you should check it out, take time and look really, you know, specifically at the details that are in it, because there are a lot of symbols, a lot of the things that represent the people who are in the portraits are part of the mural too. And there's a lot to look at. You can pass right by and see the faces that are up there, but you know, take the time to sort of just look at all the specific details that were put in there on purpose. And one of the things Dave Chappelle did after the event was over is he walked down and he took in, you know, part of his portrait and the others up there as well. And you could tell that it was something that was
very
moving
special
for him.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And make sure to go with an appetite.
I would
you
go
need
with
to
an
be able
appetite.
to stop in and get your chili dog also.
A lot of people were doing that as well. They were walking in, coming back out with some food and waiting to watch the big reveal, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's all the time that we have for today, but we do have time for one last thing.
Matt, you know, there was some footage that did not end up in your package that I think that our viewers would like to see.
Are you talking about the rowing?
I am talking about the rowing.
Oh,
there was something, I was impressed by it. So
I think I know what you're talking about, and this was left out on purpose, actually.
500 meters, attention, row.
At the end of our rowing session, we went upstairs. They offered to do a race between me and the other high school teammates that I had.
And you were game.
I was game. I said I would do it. The one thing about it, though, as you can see here, you know, I was admittedly a little tired after a full day of working out here, but I had to make a quick calculation. Was I going to try to come in first?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that would look. I think it would be a bad look if it was me trying to, you know, come in first and beat up on the high schoolers in the erg race. So I said, okay, well now do I try to come in last? Well, that doesn't look good either, right? Having the high school Wilson's crew team beat up on me. So I said, you know what? I decided, I settled I was going to come in on second place. I thought that would work out well. What do you think?
I think that you should have gone for it. I don't think you should accept second place, and I think you should ask for a rematch.
I should ask for a rematch. Maybe they'll have me back and I can ask again. Yeah, you know. That is all the time we have for today. But if you like what you see, hey, check us out on YouTube. Search Entertain DC, and while you're there, make sure you hit subscribe because you don't want to miss any of the other programming that we have here at the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment.
See you next time.